911. Where's your emergency?
Well, I'm on 41 going south, and I'm going to do a cross street right now. I'm on Chamberlain. I've just crossed Chamberlain. I'm on 41 going south. And I was at a stoplight, and a man pulled up next to me, and there was a child screaming in the car. Not a happy.
What kind of vehicle was he in?
It's a blue Camaro, in the 90s or early 2000s or something.
Okay, with a baby or?
No, it was a child. It was
About
more than
how old?
You know what? It's dark, and I turned to look at him, and he's a white male, sort of light-colored hair, sort of plump. He's behind me now, and I tried to slow down so he could pass me and I could read his license plate.
Ma'am, don't hang up, okay?
I'm not. Okay.
Okay, where are you now? 41 South?
Okay, I'm going to pass across the street, and I believe he's still behind me. I'm at Jinx Drive. I'm just crossing it. I'm going very slow, like 35 miles an hour on 41.
And he's behind you?
I believe he's behind me. He has not passed me, and he's going slower than I am, which is not right because we're holding up traffic and stuff. But I think that he saw me look at him, and I'm not trying to be overdramatic here, but he's going even slower now. And is he pulling over? No, something's going on because he's even going even slower now.
Okay.
But he's right behind me. And I don't know if the kid I don't know.
What is your name?
Okay, my name's Jane. Okay, he's pulling over to the other lane now. Jane Kowalski, Kowalski.
And give me your cell phone number in case I lose you.
813-205. Okay, he's going to turn. 205-4100. Oh, shit. And he's going to turn left on Toledo Blade. He's turning left right now. And I'm in the other lane. And
you're going southbound, and he's turning left on Toledo Blade.
Right, and it's like a blue, I want to say like a Camaro type of car, white male, and there's a kid in the back seat, and they kept banging on the window.
Went left on Toledo Blade. About how old is this child? Can you tell me?
I did see the child. I'd say less than 10, definitely not an infant, old enough to bang on the window.
Okay, 7 to 10?
I don't know, 5 to 10. Okay, now it's green, and green arrows, and he's going now.
He's turning left on Toledo Blade.
Yeah. Do you want me to turn? Try to follow him, or?
Okay. Does he want her to follow him? Okay. Can you turn?
He just turned on Toledo Blade. I don't know if I can catch up. There's a bunch of traffic, and I can't get over. Oh boy.
There's a child in the car, someplace between 5 and 10. And it was banging on the window.
And screaming.
And crying.
And screaming. Like screaming. Okay. And not a happy scream, like, get me out of here scream.
Left on Toledo Blade. And you said it's a blue Camaro?
Blue or black, very dark. He's a white male. And I want to say sort of light-colored hair, maybe a little in the face. I don't think obese, but I'm way past there now. For me to go catch him, I don't know if I'd ever be able to go back. I mean, I would never stop him. I'm not going to put myself at risk. But.
Okay, and I've got your phone number?
813-205-4100.
205-4100. And your first name again?
It's Jane Kowalski, Kowalski. I mean, I hope they weren't just playing around. To me, it sounded like the kid was frightened and panicky, and I don't know. But instead of taking a chance, I just wanted to make sure I called it in. I'd feel terrible if something would have ever.
I'm very glad you did, ma'am. That's exactly what you should do. Okay, well, you lost him, and thank you now, and we really appreciate you calling us.
Okay, can someone follow up with me? I mean,
wait, hold on, ma'am.
Okay.
What? Yes. Okay, hang on, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, the vehicle turned left on Toledo Blade off of 41 southbound. She is no longer with the vehicle. The vehicle had a white male white male driver, blue or black Camaro. Male had light hair, and there was a child screaming in the car.
And banging on the window.
Okay.
And banging on the window,
like
okay.
I've got everybody hollering at me, and just 1 second. I may need you to pull over, so just bear with me.
That's fine. Oh, okay. I'm going to just pull over now. Let me get over.
Yeah, that would be great. Okay, I'm glad you called in.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't know if there's an Amber Alert out or something like that, but...
Bear with me. And where are you pulling over?
I just pulled over into the Toys R Us...
Okay, at the Town Center Mall?
Town Center Mall, yeah.
Okay, that's excellent.
I'm from Tampa. I'm going down to Fort Myers to visit my sister. I don't even know where I am, actually, but okay.
You're going where?
I'm going down to Fort Myers to visit my grandmother and my sister. So there's a Chili's there, and there's a Toys R Us.
Exactly what you are. Tell me what kind of car you're in.
It's a silver Mercedes 380 SL.
Okay. If you just sit there. And your doors are locked, right?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean...
No, I mean, sit in the car. I always have my doors locked.
Oh, that's probably a good idea, actually.
The car.
Yeah, okay. All right.
A young mother named Denise Amber Lee was abducted from her home, driven down busy roads, winding through residential neighborhoods, broad daylight, screaming for her life. People saw her for sure. 911 call centers lit up, including one call from a driver giving a play-by-play of a nightmare of a crime in real time. And there was even one call from the victim herself, who was able to put out an alert as her kidnapper was at the wheel. Denise Amber Lee never wanted to be known as anything but a loving mom and a devoted wife. It was unlike Denise to be out of the house away from her children. As her husband Nate got home from work, he noticed right away the windows, the ones that Denise said she had opened. They were now shut. Inside he had found his sons, 6-month-old Adam and 2-year-old Noah, lying in their cribs. Denise was nowhere to be found. He noticed how hot it was in the house, and there were bad signs. Denise's cell phone and keys were lying on a chair. Wherever she had gone, she left in a hurry. Nate called 911. Then Nate called his father-in-law Rick, who happened to be a 25-year veteran of the sheriff's office. Rick, it turned out, had been trying to get a hold of Denise all day. When police got to the Lee residence, they started knocking on doors and got their first big tip of the day from a neighbor. A neighbor told police she had seen a white male sitting in a dark green Camaro, parked in Denise's driveway at about 2:30, just 1 hour before Nate got home from work. By 5 o'clock, an hour and a half after Denise had been reported missing, police had a description of a suspect and vehicle, and issued a Regional B on the lookout alert. But it was the next lead in the case, a stomach-churning 911 call, that would confirm their worst fears. At 6:14, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office received a bizarre 911 call on a cell phone from someone claiming to be Denise, the missing person herself. How could this be? Nate was at home with his father-in-law when they got the word about the call. Somehow, she managed to sneak her abductor's cell phone away from him while he was driving. She dialed 911. This would be the last time her father and husband would hear her voice. Michael Lee King had murdered Denise by shooting her in the head. Her body was discovered by authorities who found her buried off of Toledo Blade Boulevard. King was sentenced to death for the crimes he committed against Denise.
Delvin 911, what's your emergency?
Yes, I live at 301 South 2nd Street, apartment A. I got a gentleman here that says there's been some gunshots fired outside.
Okay. Did you hear them yourself, or did...
No, I didn't. The gentleman's right here. He wants to talk to you.
Okay, put him on.
Hello?
Okay, you say gunshots?
Yeah, I was inside of my house, and my sister-in-law, her boyfriend, come and start shooting everybody. I had to jump out of the roof.
You saw the person doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, where at?
309 2nd Street.
309 2nd.
Can you go hurry up, please?
What's the person's name that's shooting?
Roberto.
309 South 2nd. 301 South 2nd. What's his name?
I can't think of his freaking name right now.
Okay. Is he still there with the gun?
Yeah, I think so.
He's at 309?
I went into the roof and I like jump out.
He's upstairs shooting?
He started shooting my wife and all those kids.
He started shooting
I don't know. I'm the next
Hey, listen. At 309 South 2nd Street, he's shooting your wife and kids?
I saw shooting my wife and I saw shooting his... I don't know about the kids, but it was another of my friends.
Okay,
my wife's friend.
Okay, so he's at the house now?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on for a moment.
On a clear night, at the close of a picture-perfect June day, it was easy to drift off to sleep. And the noises in the distance, the pops in the dark, well, it had to be the kids and the fireworks. Only it wasn't. There were 6 dead, including 2 infant twins. A 2-year-old girl was hospitalized after being shot in the chest. And a mess of relationships and connections that authorities would not discuss. Most residents say there were no signs of trouble with the family. Renters who had moved in about 8 months ago. One neighbor said he heard yelling and door slamming recently. But on that day, there was no shouting, no arguments. Just the shots. In a vehicle outside the house, police found the 2-year-old girl, shot in the chest. Inside the house, on the 2nd level of the duplex, the scene was worse. There were 2 babies, twin boys, both dead. And 4 adults, all shot. All dead. One of those killed was the gunman Ambrosio Analco. The shooting was part of a domestic dispute.
His name's Matt. I guess he knows her.
911.
Okay, 134 transferring you. Shooting with injuries at 57.
Yes, ma'am.
Go down.
I'm on 911.
What's the address?
It's Peaches on Cortez. I don't know what the address is.
Peaches on Cortez?
Peaches on Cortez. He's getting in a Jeep Cherokee.
Okay.
It's gray. I can't see the license plate from here. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back.
Lock the door.
He just shot her again. He just shot her again.
What's he look like?
He's probably 6'3", white. Get back. He just shot her again. He's wearing a gray shirt, jeans. He's got a mustache and goatee. He's getting in a dark gray Jeep Cherokee. I'm on 911.
Okay.
He's getting in a Cherokee.
Tell me what you see.
He's driving away.
What direction?
It's 795JOV.
795JOV?
Yes, Cherokee. It could be JDV, but I know it was 795. He just turned onto, what street is this? He just turned on 59.
What direction?
I couldn't see. I'm inside the building.
How many
Yes,
people are hurt?
just one. She shot several times.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay,
She's not moving.
Okay, they're on the way.
I gave it to him. I'm on 911. Oh my God. She's dead. She's not moving.
Okay, hang on.
He did know her because she called him by name.
31, shooting a victim at Pieces 57 shooting with a victim, 5704 Cortez Road West.
She's not moving.
Okay. All right. Police and medical are on the way. Okay. What's your name?
She's still breathing.
Okay,
She's still.
Sir, what's your name?
My name is Jed. This is J-E-D.
Okay, Jeb, you've been a great help. They are on the way. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
A man grabbed a woman from inside the Peaches restaurant on Cortez, then took her outside to the parking lot before shooting her dead. Matthew White then drove off, setting off a chaotic chase through residential neighborhoods that lasted about 10 minutes. Police found White in his Jeep where he had shot and killed himself. The victim was identified as Pamela LaRose. The popular restaurant was crowded at the time, but no one was injured. Pamela was the manager of the restaurant and had worked there for several years. White was an ex-boyfriend. Pamela had teenage children and they were all safe. Pamela was shot multiple times about 50 feet from the entrance to the restaurant. No one else was injured, but at least one bullet did pierce the window of a nearby restaurant. Outside the restaurant following the shooting, patrons and fellow workers of the victim hugged and cried.
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, was just speaking to my boyfriend as he was entering his home, and I heard loud screaming, and now there's dead air on the other end.
And where is your boss?
95 West Crescent, Ramsey.
95 West Crescent?
Yes.
West Crescent. In Ramsey?
Yes.
What's his name?
His name is Paul, P-A-U-L. Z-U-N-C.
Z-U-N-C.
S-A-K.
S-H-A.
S-A-K, as in kite.
S-H-K. Okay, son.
I'm sorry?
Z as in zebra, U-N.
D as in David.
D as in David.
U-N as in Nancy.
Okay.
S as in Sam. A. K as in kite.
Okay, ma'am, calm down. What is his phone number?
I'm sorry?
What's his phone number?
I have the open line.
I understand that, ma'am.
201.
No problem, ma'am. I will give Ramsey a call.
Okay,
Thank you.
Ramsey Police Dispatcher Kurth.
Yeah, Ramsey, it's Paramus. How are you?
Good, what's up?
I just got a call from a Lori Gerbowski. I can't even say it. I'll spell it. Gerbasi from Wyckoff, stating that she was talking to her boss, and he had just gotten home. He walked in the door, he walked into his house, which is in your town, and screamed, and now she has dead air. His last name is D as in David, U-N-S-A-K. He's at 95 West Crescent Street.
Oh, okay. West, all right. Just one of those.
Do you have a Crescent?
West Crescent Avenue we have.
Okay, West Crescent Avenue.
Yeah.
And his phone number is...
So she can't get through again?
It's dead air, like the phone just went dead. I'll give you her phone number also.
Okay. Okay.
Alrighty?
You got it.
Thank you, bye-bye.
A retired Defense Department worker was arrested at his Florida home and charged with murder of his former son-in-law, a pharmacist who was shot to death. Edward Atesh was arrested after a joint investigation by the Bergen County Prosecutor's Office and the Ramsey Police into the murder of Paul Dunksack. Paul was shot 5 or 6 times at close range as he spoke to his new fiancée by phone. A year earlier, Paul and Edward's daughter, Stacy, had divorced. Their 2 young children were not home at the time of the shooting. Also arrested were several members of Edward Atesh family. Edward's wife Dottie was charged with hindering apprehension and obstruction of justice. Edward's mother, Evelyn, and his sister Brenda were arrested and charged with hindering apprehension and obstruction of justice. Edward Atesh was charged with murder, burglary, and weapons possession. The jury rejected Edward's claims that he was too fat to have run up and down a flight of stairs and killed his former son-in-law, convicting him of murder. Since the too fat to kill defense didn't work for Edward, he tried appealing his conviction on the grounds that New Jersey's wiretapping law is unconstitutional. A key piece of evidence in the trial was a wiretapped conversation between Edward and his sister Brenda after Paul was killed, in which Edward repeatedly went over the timing of his return to make sure their stories matched up. Brenda later testified that she misled police about the day Edward arrived at her home in Louisiana because Edward had asked her to lie to the police. Edward was still sentenced to life in prison for murdering Paul, and Edward passed away in 2020.